Hello and welcome to Dharma with Kai. I'm your host Kylie, and quick disclaimer, this episode is not identifying a person's personal identity, nor does it disclose any personal stories that are not welcomed to get shared. I have taken a break from Dharma, and today's episode is just going over the overall whirlwind of dealing with narcissistic relationships and just reflecting back on the criminology aspect and also moving forward with life. There is no timeline in life, there's no playbook, and it's been weighing heavily on my heart to kind of go ahead and get this episode out of the way. And I am having a series on hurt people, being able to manage a YouTube channel for healing on top of my everyday obligations and my duties that are so close to my values and keeping myself balanced are ever most important, and I didn't take priority of that throughout my life. Every relationship is transformative. They teach you what you are needing to learn, and then once they're done, the best thing to do is to go ahead and just release those relationships from you. It's not like someone getting released from any kind of institution or any kind of unknown. It is just a solitude, and honestly knowing that you've done everything that you possibly can so that you're able to heal. Because if you're truly processing your own life and healing through grief, it's no place for processing their grief, their ideas, their fallacies, or anything of that regard. It is very difficult for me because I never so heavily focused on generational trauma, nor did I only look through the lens of a child or an adult or anyone in my family, friends, or my ecosystems that I coexist within. I have truly had to evaluate, dissect all of these relationships, and it is so sad to say that I finally feel like I am coming to my true home within myself. And it upsets some because in my earlier series, referring back to It's Not You, there's no good news or bad news to share with a narcissistic person. And so some of these relationships are embedded in your work relationships, your family relationships, your friendships, and even just a person that you run into while you're out doing your everyday errands. And it's not so much that you can control those dynamics. So it is really essential to get grounded within yourself. And that is the only way to live a conducive life. I don't have it all down. I am still working through this. You have to be able to truly block out the noise. I don't need people to agree with my approach. My approach is what works for me because everyone is different, and that is our individual freedoms as citizens. The only thing that is detrimental is if these relationships are becoming harmful. Now, I don't recommend support groups, and that is not a place to heal. I've seen many people that have participated in support groups take the wrong action, not affirmative by any means, when participating and collaborating with others who take on the same perspective as them. It is a true deep self-work, and if you're not ready to do your own work, it's really the only way to say that you're just not ready, and it takes time. It has taken me the duration of my life to kind of really take a step back from those relationships and embrace a new normal. Now, with that being said, people take interest in me. I take interest in other people, and then sometimes those relationships don't work out either. It is important to not allow those relationships to get you from valuing yourself and how far that you have come. So I don't have any encouragement. I don't like when people agree with me. I also take very well when people don't agree with me, because that is what really helped me rewire the way that I process any kind of situation that is going on in my life. So I can't speak for my generation. I can't speak for my family. I can't speak for my ethnicity. I can't speak for others' perspectives. I know that it is a turnoff. So if someone is trying to force me to see the bright side of things, I won't see it because I have experience. And with life experience, you should never try to win anyone back. You should never try to have anyone else validate you. The only way to earn your identity and validate yourself in life is to claim that you are truly healing and that there is no particular one um, instruction manual for how to go about these relationships. And it is trial and error. You have to be able to feel your emotions. So it's not good to like numb. And it is wonderful to spend time alone. Now, that looks different for everyone. It's taking yourself out on a date, tending to self care. It is also making sure you're getting the appropriate nutrients, sleep, and making sure that you are truly doing everything that you wanted to in your life. That doesn't mean extravaganzas and that doesn't mean, neglecting things. However, you are allowed to take time to neglect things that were harming you or your mental capacity to truly carry out what you needed to do in life. Everyone wants to live a life of philanthropy, and if it is a selfish way, then you just have to understand that that is not meant for you to partake in, and you have to find your own way, your own passions, your own wishes, and you have to be able to wish others well. So my perspective has shifted so much. Dharma is a wonderful opportunity for me to share my perspective and to offer support. Now, I'm not one that's going to lend a helping hand or give a shoulder to cry on or allow anyone to latch or hinge onto me, because in criminology, if someone's not ready, I'm putting myself at a vulnerable risk if my surroundings aren't ready. So that's what I've learned from dealing with Dharma and creating an opportunity for myself outside of my work, my daily life. And I don't regret it. It is challenging to, kind of push through those barriers, especially with people that have known me for such a long time. And it is very hard for my personal family to understand my trajectory in life. And with that being said, it's kind of like a business plan. I had to just go with it. It's not my best work. However, it's more essential to me. So I won't be able to tend to every, YouTube channel or take all those suggestions. It's just a way for me to get my voice out there and to share a piece of my story with others. When I'm ready to share, the details of what happened to me or why, I have a plan for that. And right now, it is not for anyone to intervene or interject. It's just the natural process of life. I have a ultimate respect for others, and I don't have any contract with anyone besides myself. And if I ever lose myself to someone who didn't have my best interest at heart, then I am really digging my own grave. So I wouldn't recommend anyone to take that perspective. However, that's the way that I'm able to elaborate on that. Your emotional perspective is going to shift while listening to Dharma. I wish you well. I am rooting for you to truly heal from these relationships. You have to find love within yourself, and it takes time, and you'll get there.